kukomesha visa vya utekaji. Allow me to welcome you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
The headlines are a little bit scary this morning, because actually not just this morning. I want to go back to was it on Friday? Let me see. Asama Gazeti. Yes, on Friday. On Friday, a gazeti ya The Standard, if possible, naringe kutumia igorogari, ningeweka. I don't know if I forgot to bring my screen with me. Uproar of abductions of state critics. That was the headline. Picha ya watoto wawili imekuwa hapo. I'm going to make sure that we get that side. Aya, abductions outrage pia imewekwa kwa hii gazeti. Alright, alafu hiyo ni Daily Nation, and then people la utekaji imewekwa kwenye Taifa Leo. That is what the conversation has been for the last 1 week. And again, retako kina karibu ase studio.
Ya wana
mukwani mugusi motebi na kiokoro kwa
mwa mugusi na wakwandi kuruenya nti enyoni na gokirikia garatumurane na ino elitalia nenkuru kwa Henry Okailo Mweri Gando ya Kerogo Amnesty International, Human Rights Commission, Orogonguru Wagusi. Yamana Sogongari Waga, Upana Bandoito, Igorama Yaga, Akunete Kero Mutega Gogara, Keroko abduction. On the day you're safe.
Yes.
Kero Monto, Kukumeti, Ukubumarang, Ukubuga, Igukumeting, Igobanichi, Savao Tuma, Quagosete.
I saw a certain post mambia rekere na ringi go check bago this morning tokabori goro ya mangana sha na shift bagakira bakwaneti tokabori goro ya employment ya service bakwaneti in turn doctors nobody was speaking to akwani rigrivi to obya biribi kunyara gotomeza buna bakenya ondeta yobere akoraki gakunyara gokwanira lakini gogo criticize the president wago in fact gogo post katuni kwa bwatu. Is it even fair? That is the question. I say mitandao tochake na kurwa Amnesty International ikiumbe kigankere kinaende ngimukonyara kwegerera emambia rero.
Amnesty International nigo kere kiombi byo kurwana Roma ni wa moya bantu kere nsengima lakini ndi ndugwatorsagerwa Kenya pa beire togote yabantu baito igoro yo maene babo human rights chaki chabantu bose kurwa abana bakabantu abanene bakabantu batare marite abantu bose na gotebya eserikali nero emanye ensemo yae ngakiye gukora egere irwaniriro maene wo moya bantu egekora eserikali nabantu bari baraso uburayi bwa eserikali yawo nabo bari duty bearers ono ntubura Human Rights Commission noko tema korra nga yabantu bamigire onyena mangana ya bana gutibongwa onyena abantu kuri nwaki abo yo goteba batagete goteba abantu ko ibintu byabo gutagenda bana batagete kotini ibintu byamangana yabantu goitwa bosta batavuga kyamagoso mangana bnayo naro intubuna Amnesty International Human Rights Commission togokora lakini kanga itenene neringa kero muntu amanye ehaki yae na indamanye ngese ehaki yae ekwera eyo muntu no yo chakira tutaye
where your rights end, that is where my rights begin. Na nero yabere kunyara kuba engamba segeka egetambe bono mugeni naro yomo kunyara go to join in a few ga kunyara go cha studio na bega kunyara go sanga na into go na bega kunyara go to join to beto kunyara go kwanere ngambe yega but is your team among wali bago kunyara go so kirit ko yare raso kunyara kurobekana
Amnesty International teko bategenda asamangana nayo ege kugara onye to kugamba mangana ya ogo abductions ukibona ndoto ratikale magaka lakini ndende ijuna mangana akubango na Nairobi office executive director ito nero kuanga mangana yo nero ukurobiri no mangana yo kugenda lakini ndende bono nye kere kurwanira ake abantu bari bako abducted as abantu ba society ngema na boto kubwatrana egera to bolinga uyo bono ko abduct yabantu nandi ningi yakobaboli tumanye ne serikali n'abantu bebisirimu you know it is ebintu utari ku understand but
Alright, good morning omwancho muligererio KCTV korwa sensemeyo ya magazeti nero yatwirire bakasenga mbeite mambia lero igoro ya enamba enene comment kana y'abantu kunyara kubwatwa n'ekinguru batamanyiria se bakoirwa. In fact abandi mbaratoka gwikira boniga abandi batoka basiriti amagimabo endo kyabere kunyara kureto ubwoba nene munasaba saya muna bible mwete it is not funny ekero mwana agokobora just like that, you know, with whatever that is happening. And that is where we need human rights activists bachegega bakunyara gukwanera the freedom of speech in the country, the freedom of movement, the freedom to what habuno mwana incho busogore to bwatento mambia lero tobeto kunyara gusanga so bwa menere ngamba yaito kwenda siboneka teturaka na bills kidogo to koirena tobeto kunyara kuchaka ingamba yaito officially. John Komboka na lere nene me studio ni gonde na
Henry Ukari mwiri chairman wa Amnesty International Human Rights Commission.
KCTV amandegere y'umugusi.
Ine nkori yore stationaries ejura nyare gutumika asemeremo yawo kirari tuko totwara bwoba ekiagareme ya Kismat Mega no kwenyorera ebintu byonsi nande aserigorira mu buku kabisa mbabwate stationaries aho buna ebitabo chisilotapes chifiles chiclipboard chinotebooks chischool bells chirula book cover, geometrical sets, wall clocks, gati yebinde binge. Mbabwate chinsege chabo chikotoka asamaga cha sansore egotoka somo chobo songo eyende egotoka somo chomigori nabaigo Imperial Building egotoka asomo chobo songo wakeresimi gwetera namba 0724 293 612.
KCTV amandegere y'umugusi.
Eri neri tangazo lyakaneire na ndiwatibwa matabondi bwensina KCTV.
Watazamaji wangu ni Daktari Mama Mgiriama kutoka sehemu za Mombasa. Wakubwa wangu shikamoni, wale wadogo zangu wa mjambo na wale rika zangu mmeshindaje? Mimi ni mzima boheri wa afya, niko hapa. Mimi natumia dawa za kienyeji kutibu na ni kipaji naweza kupewa na Mwenyezi Mungu. Labda kama uko na shida imekukumba ndugu yangu, njoo tukaweza kusaidiana, kaweza kutibu, kaweza kuona raha tena katika maisha yako. Labda kama siweza kuendelea, nimkaribishe daktari mwenzangu akaweza kuwasalimia tu.
Asante, natumeni kwamba mpo wazima. Mimi Mama Mgiriama paisa nambula mza Mombasa ni hakisi na hudumia na Mama Riziki Mama Mgiriama kaisa makogwa Mgiriama kagenyeji.
Kwa wale ambao mnatazama madaktari kutoka sehemu za Mombasa, Mama Riziki, Mama Mgiriama ambaye labda nimekuja hapa mjini Kisii nikaweza kuwasaidia, nikaweza kuwa mkombozi wenu kwa zile shida ambazo zinawakumba, unasumbuliwa na waizi pale nyumbani kwako. Labda uko na kitu chako lakini uko na wasiwasi, unaona labda kitakuja kuibiwa tu. Niko na dawa ambayo ni kinga kabisa na kutengenezea mji wako na kufungia mji wako, ambapo ile mwizi anapokuja pale kwako ndugu yangu, anakuja anapofika tu anaona jamaa mambo ya kushangaza anarudi. Na kuwekea pale akifika tu anaona jinyama la kushangaza pale anarudi. Kwa hivyo hawezi kuiba kile kitu chako. Hata ukaondoka ukaacha milango wazi ukaenda sehemu ya mbali kabisa, utarudi huo mlango ukiwa uko wazi vile na kuna chochote kitakuwa kimeenda. Na kama labda umeibiwa pia, tuko na mbinu huo tunafanya yule mtu aregesha ile bidhaa zako, na tuko na vile tunaweza kumtesa, tukamfurisha tumbo ama tukamtumia vitu vya kustajabisha. Akifika kule ajue bila shaka hii ndio nimefanya, vile niliiba hiki kitu ndio nimefanya, napata mambo kama hayo. Kwa hivyo muhimu ni kuweza kutafuta namba yangu nikaweza kusaidia. Niko hapa mjini Kisii. Unanipigia nambari yangu ya simu 0722724177 0722724177. Na pia umeoa mwanamke lakini unakupata kizazi imeweza kuwa ni shida, na mtu kuolewa ama kuoa lazima akaweze kuwa ana mtoto, lakini kama una mtoto ile si ndoa ndugu yangu, maana utakaa mtapendana lakini mwishowe ndugu yangu mtasinyana, alafu itakuwa ni shida katika maisha yenu. Kwa hivyo muhimu njoo daktari, niko na dawa ya kukusaidia nikaweza kuchunguza ni jambo gani la kutatiza ukose kupata mimba, kama labda tumbo lako limechafuka ama labda kuna madhabahu ya kwenu ama kuna mila ambayo inakusumbua ama kuna laana inakusumbua, na angalia nikichunguza naondoa hizo vitu zote na nakupatia dawa inakusaidia ndugu yangu, unaendelea maisha yako vizuri kabisa, nafurahia ndoa yako. Bila hivyo ndugu yangu utaishi kuteseka, tadanganyana mnapendana lakini mwishowe bado utakuwa na shida. Kwa hivyo muhimu tafuta daktari mama Riziki kutoka sehemu za Mombasa, niko hapa mjini Kisii. Nambari yangu ya simu ni 0722724177 0722724177.
Eryo neri tangazo lya kanire na indibwati bwa matebondo bwensi na Kisii TV.
Eye Kisii TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Umugusi nore tayari gutambuka gucyuma kumo yawe kiri 2025 gusa sogete bono ekyumbe kyabaseki kya mukisine mukisi kugwatirana ne TV yawe nchore ya Kisii TV bakwariganiriye omuyigo munene utanya kwene kigwandonse asorogongoro rwagusi okorokwa mukisi crossover party.
Wapi nduru na kelele ya Kisii kote?
Omuyigo yo nigora abo butuko bwa Jumatano y'tariki 31 mutinyu 12 umwaka yo bwekiri 2024 ari asegeti yeskuru na ya Kisii School ochakira chinse 12 cy'amoroba goikache mukisi imbagwate chimbaru asamaseko yekerengo kegoro na ogo kigwe na matera ne chingero kinyansu korwase bandi ya Les Wanyisa International. Ratai arati
Tobwate boykain Ondabikiro nyababune kerandi Ondabikiro nyababuno morwaire Ondabikiro nyababuno mawatupi Ondabikiro nyigacha wenera Ondokobeke sigacho
Penikerbo akanabono iga gwetera etil number 5600387 inyura omuyigo yonoretwe asemore yemaseyemo ime ya Kisii TV amandegere yomugusi.
Eye Kisii TV amandegere y'umugusi. Eye Kisii TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Tumurigererio Kisii TV ogandrete kubwati umurobire bwenyoni emambia rero karibu tobe tokunyara kogendra gusanga asubwamo mugeni one nigaberega kunyara gwikira nasi studio oyoro mugeni one umutangani emambia rero ndo chabanta bange ba umukire gali ase mitandao eriko papa kunyara kubwatia umorobirio emambia rero nekitu kunyara gukwanera ane mono igoro ya whatever that is happening in the country makuba kidogo na tunyarete. I hope that you will understand but no tora sobwamo gwikachinse sa tuchamambia the rise of abductions in the country yabereye kunyara koleta liberera sana asaba Kenya bonsi pia at large yaire nga there is a protest that is said to be a mother of all protests but just last month they were 16 days of activism. Actually this month 16 days of activism on date 10 December on date 10 this December okorobekana nkoro gwakorekanete kwa end femicide abanyanyimbo bagachagalira kuruta chitiagas especially me county ya Nairobi. How sure you nga omorobiro yiga not kunyara gakorekana litkoria rero just you're going to protest about what is making them being abducted. Mnataka kuongeza list ya kukuwa abducted pia nyema ama you want to be abducted mwenzi.
Oralia demonstrations picketing ni right yo mu Kenya. Ekarere obumayane bwo mu Kenya space yo picket ni roro na kero mundara entitled to picket. Ekaro amat kwalia anti femicide ba atbara go demonstrator 10. I think igenda serikali yatumete ngamba yetu notice ya kuteba abductions over demonstrations injire kiagere procedure ni roro yo demonstrate lakini enga kinera ba Kenya ba gusukumu ba ke wall baigwete nga serikali kujiteia gakogera oye serikali ngare ngoka ngamwana nyagete taititu kanga mwana nyagete tairitu kanga gendo getenkiabet bono serikali isa ko wajibika bakenya mbako genda demonstration.
Okay.
Demonstration ya lero tiri guchaka busayo demonstration ya lero abantu bagoteho bakore nesinge bakwa nese serikali okoreka nga matag ikuigwera tayo so nginje yoka ba Kenya baja kerkore ngere serikali yeyiga nginje yoke kuiguna maandamano.
Okay.
Otherwise onye ndiye maandamano atebetunga tiga abductions kitenene bando bari gotwara sababu yokogenda maandamano bono jindongera tinga egindiriga byose bikokoru bira ange bintu bitatu namba yamo serikali yetageta abantu banya guteberera ko yende street batige go address real issues ubugima bakometela
the cost of living
una yabe abantu basinyira ko ira bane school na bintu bitayo yani karuguriringa no nyine kero to ga de tax amagenda rako banari nkikibeze to collect chikaba so njendengera tinga abana siasa batagete kutumye binde biga go divert attention y'abantu
but bana siasa tabara babangitengera ne kwerende bangite human rights.
No, you see ekero umurembo tayo abantu bakare street mugo nyara ko boli serikali ye ba content.
Okay.
Mugo te gura maandamano muri bano irukara ko kendra maandamano.
Okay.
So diversion nero ya attention ebintu real issues cyaba Kenya ngira ba addressed.
All right.
So no nyina mangana yaga ama maandamano ngutare abantu abana bako ga street abangana abantu mbelinga mangana yo emeremo ban serikali tara daiga yemerere abantu bakoriko amangana ya cost of living serikali tara address amangana ya binderi ngibuna bire lakini gugugwa abantu ko ndabara amandamano uko abana siasa boss bi babo kimani jiu ichungwa babo Junet wanda boss kwa rotingo kwa bari gore amangana abductions. So the question is kibatari gukwa rero bachakira gukora
amete barabo bagotebangana ki ayibona kiura njo mwana wabe kwa sesanduku kire abantu mwacha mwatumye mitandao bobe alafu bona lirimo kubwata mwachura but Buna Media, from my end, Buna Media, tuabiri to kunyara ko report these cases in one way or another, tuatemera to kunyara chiri abantu bato tebiri to report it to afuatilire abande yes of course tuabiri to kunyara ko raise alarm bantu gete the rise of abductions. In fact, you knew through media that the abductions are going on nebindo bibere bitato. We have an overview of what that has been happening, but from your end, Nubuna Human Rights Organization, nkiurabe nonyara ko to overview ya the recent trends chi abductions chi abiri chikunyara okoreka remensi ya Kenya anene mono kurwo abachaka kunyara go post chikatuni chika chirenge tumurai gwensi ya Kenya Musiki William Ruto
namba yamo data and the data security nigendo kereri chiko liensi so kira information yokubeka eya private netake risk eya kubeka in public netake irema nyunga in target rereri. That is number one. Number two, ntokwate ndogoro cyberbullying. Omuntu abatumye cyberbullying na stalking. Bibwate kain. Omuntu abatumye kwerende internet kuko frustrate tu na at the same time kuko kora people na Diana abuna Joan akoreli etali au liere. So even when you post ayabona mu Kenya, you must know your targeted audience. Dukende cartoon chiabere kurchinga kichakana no yekanga kiamwe yarenge cartoon etabwatire etalia muntu kende muntu ketari tobwati express authority whatever oyene gete kwa begete sababu bira bano muntu abeke abagoje sanduki abeke egende su sanduki nakona kumanya whatever ngiki kumanya ngo muntu getobe kiroro egaro o justify ko kobeka ebinde byona umuntu aje kotebuga na arametinye gete na arameto mugambia interest. However, with a lot of caution ndungo so ntu asomiri abantu about na kibago college demonstration procedure kutware masho ko notify serikali and the rest to asomiri abantu baito igoro ya what to post on individual walls and on public walls. because never bono iga buna tole naye kumanyete into kembe kibija yao ayendo manya ini noba ni ngor nye post egwal ani ego de min take integrity yao ekorek no waterate yo kumira police however tali go abduct ojo mondo kolera magoso serikali ifiri tinga magoso na haro let them arrest. We have the law. Serikali na ile bwata basigari na ile bwata chikoti. Why abduct? Because go abduct is roguish. But the procedure is wanya na abunile lichiko umbuatu ngiru kotin ngiru police in the statement ngiru kotin a procedure due process yebuatu due diligence yebuatu wanya kimbata magoso then so be it.
All right. Ndo chegaiga ase egazeti yiga gose asense mwechi gazeti yakerebigendete gukwaneruga yamenya ko gera naboli nainde emyaka yawo ndo chenga ne riete chumbi kidogo ntogo compare myaka yawo ne myaka yane. Yes. That makes me ask you this morning, have you seen abductions happen previous regimes or previously na ngakiura nyare go compare ne chika chikokoleka naboniga?
Abductions chiareire chiarengi ngakia moi kidogo ngakia Kibaki. I don't think we experienced many of them. Ngakia Uhuru Kenyatta there were actually nari abantu bari kuwete bari ngotoka yala abantu bari bebereria atogeta yala bebereria ngotoka etukutire imenderia mavoko chitanga chiricha mavoko. So that is what used to be. Lakini indeed during that time the highest number of people were youths were killed. All critics of government. In this era, eje tolebono eje yobugambe for president. Now I think it would be the highest in the country since independence. Given the data that we are getting, abalinde bona indi bindumbire bibere ndari kunyara ko koteba nchevuno omo Kenya. Because as na roko nyora abantu ba ibibago bya social media biyeso irime amangana na femicide is another form of abduction. Abana abijyaruka bange bayiturusana a number that is very high, going beyond 600 as we are talking. Then there is this government critics no muntu gakora ibintu bisini nigeri bisini bisini kwanyora umuntu akoreke oitiru. So igongorengera generally tendo get to point square on the government, but I wanted to take government accountability. What the inking security what it is state machineries or individuals or cyberbullying at that level in case serikali yakora etara stop.
But over Inspector General Neso wiki yaita David Kanja akateba ntubanya nyimbo they are not involved with the abductions going on in the country.
But these are songs. We have had several inspectors of the Inspector Generals. Nobody accepts liability.
In fact, even the former acting Inspector General Gilbert Masengeli nyoranga nakikia gereta karusi wararo because abantu abanenge okwanere yoroya the abductions.
There are government, the police are not involved. Pononye police are involved. Why can't they arrest these rocky people? Because onye was got involved, mbagwendo kufuata criminals. Onye bali involved, and that's why they are not arrested. The buck stops with government.
Director ngusabanga ochoye simiane koruga igegere obego kunyara kwano mageni omwe direction yo takire kunyara goto join us interview mambia rero ntukitogendrete now. What are the patterns with the recent times? Inoguna human rights activists. What are the patterns? Sekere mukunyara kurigireria bega bako abducted. Are they ordinary citizens? Are they journalists? Are they activists? Are they on the ways you're opposed to Kende Yansi? What is the trend that is going on?
No one is spared. Number one, the peak of this during the Gen Z movement, SpaceX. A number of them were picked during that time. A good number. Kuruabu, abantu bagasoa into the space of internet communications. Anybody okonekana either career group gozeka go chat na abantu, many people what a big following, they will come for you. Abantu go activists. If you are an activist, you are a target. No go serikali makosa naro. Business the activist is telling the government to be accountable. Really, it's to point out on the evils in society. Bono serikali ketagitima nayo. So the people are picked. So majorly it has been those who are the activists. Majorly it has been. It does not matter which position you hold, because if your account is holding information, serikali if you reality. If you think that it's a undermine the they will come for you. So no one is safe. There is no pattern that we can be able to say, because every one of us is not safe.
All right.
Yes.
Aya ndochega Dominico Monde agoteba korusirare boda bwakire bya nonde ime iyo morobirio na mwana Josi M abanangela Angela Monapita mpaka mwere bo morobirio David William agoteba nga Steve Momanyi korujogo watching umorobirio wenyu. I'm liking the conversation this morning. Lucy Nyango anasema good conversation going on, thank you so much. Alafu Chantel Muranga agoteba nga niko ndani mpaka mwisho mami kabisa, mimi nafuata. I want to have this conversation. Noche our other guest oberga kunyara gochase studio dega hatora nyara kogenda sensemendi studio tobeto kunyara gwakana bills kidogo alafu to kwirana ndete tobeto kunyara gochakiranga abductions echiga whatever. No one is spared when it comes to those who are being abducted. Eba nobody kebe an activist, eba no ordinary citizen eke. In fact, some of them bakuba tuguruna to atebiri yechi cartoon bakonyara go post ese mitandao. Now we are going to start from how does it impact the freedom of speech in the country, because we have a constitution as a country. Na to kunyara gochakirenga mbete mambia lero gabo karibu sana toka ndiko sangaso bwa mumurobiro nenyoni John Komboka nario Elie Taliane Nkwirinande asegeka gitari gitambe.
Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi. Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Umugusi nore tayari gutambuka gucyuma kumo yawe kiri wibere na 2025 gusa sogete bono ekyumbe kyabaseki kya mukisine mukisi kugwaterana ne TV yawe nchora ya Kisi TV bakwariganiriye omuyigo munene utanya kwene kigwandonse asoro ngororwa gusi okorokwa mukisi crossover party.
Wapi nduru na kelele ya Kisi kaote?
Omuyigo yo nigorabo butuko bwa Jumatano yishitari 30 mo mutinyu 12 umwaka oyo bwekiri bwibere na 40 ari asegeti yeskuru na ya Kisi School ochakira chinse 12 cyamoroba goikache mukisi imbagwate chimbaru asamaseko yekerengo kegoro na ogo kigwe na matera ne chingero kinyansu korwase bandi wasa international Ratai arati
Tobwata de boykain Onabikero nyababune kerandi Onabikero nyababuno morwaire Onabikero nyababuno mawatupi Onabikero nyigacha wenera Ondokobeke sigacho
Penikerbo Akanabono igawetera etil number 5600387 inyura omuyigo yonore twe asemore yemaseyemo imeya Kisi TV amandegere yomogusi.
Eye Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Asamalieta Michael Mutume omwe musio masige Eastward kuruba sub county nili bageri gante nyasaye mbuyamono abairo mwegenwa omwaka yo 2024 mugima anengeli bageri agosabera amaya family yane bantu amasige East n'abagusiko ujumla a Merry Christmas and happy prosperous 2025 gosaba omwaka omuyoiche togendera gukora amaya na gusigeta na gukora uburunge tore moya sense mbuyamono nyasaye abase
Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi. Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
This new year, say yes to a new world of entertainment on StarTimes. Enjoy the finest family entertainment on all your favorite channels. Recharge your subscription for 2 months and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet for 2 months. Kick off the new school year with a world full of adventures on our kiddie channels.
Awesome, that's amazing!
The excitement of sports action in the Carabao Cup, Bundesliga and La Liga. Who will be the new champion?
Pressure coming down! Oh, it's magnificent!
Edge of the seat action on our blockbuster movies. Fresh heart-stopping premium telenovelas. Recharge your subscription for 2 months and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet for 2 months. Download the StarTimes On app to enjoy unlimited entertainment anytime, anywhere. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Nkisi TV amandegere y'umugusi.
Rete kubatia morobere bwenyoni emambi ya rero karibu tobeto kunyara kugendera gusanga sobwamo of which abageni bane bonsi babiri bakunyara gwikirana access to delete kama atajitetea yeye mwenyewe tafadhali tumesema hii mwaka atutetei mtu yoyote already freedom of speech is altered in the country as we are saying but karibu sana access studio pora se para
asante sana thank you I'm sorry for the coming late message
chisababu chitali kunyara gutangika
exactly
alright we student ngo bata bagani babera la umenyara ko bari bakanende baba kunyara ku introduce kuna mwenye mlikuwa mshazoe already yes mgeni but sasa juu mgeni mwenzake amekuja wacha wakue wageni wewe unasijua sema mgeni ndio mwenyeji hapo lakini after this nyote sasa si wageni nyinyi ni wenyeji next time kikuja hata mkuja na viatu I want mind unasema ai tuko home wadau yeah tikanza kenoyo kunyara kubenyulia lita tutanyara kugeni umugeni itwe mambia rero nere
marali joni nate abangoro ko Henry ukali umwe chama na Amnesty International Human Rights Commission KCCOC.
All right karibu sana asante haya
nje samba leta Wilfred Makori director ya Jari African Child yeah
nikiombe kikeno nkibago koranga ibago toka because of kunyota tabirigori yekiare
okay cyo iskete kire asa ogembo Bumachoge chache constituency ugembe ina gucha sub county na tobegete cyo state ne kyombeke mostly odi na magana yaba abana batari I don't nakinda beka seke gusi gender based violence
chisegi chegenka
yeah then abana chintakana ababuraka
all right
so in general.
All right, karibu sana se studio tobeto kunyara gusanga sobwamwe mambia rero the rise of abductions is scary especially for the youth. I don't know tigatwe rero kunyara gutigara sore give us an overview of what that you've seen on the recent abductions ngakichigendrete gokorekana na and who's the target, is it journalists, activists or the ordinary citizens? ETC ondende kwa naenda bana siasa. We've seen even by the politicians being mpaka sasa wa GIMC hajapatikana by the way.
Okay nje mnando kwa kama na akodi mna na pembe kora yele I think kuna hiyo government to silence those people mali echo maybe criticizing the the corruption in Kenya. And then you see the majority of the Kenyans one year, abange mbali na portion here ko nyara go afford even a daily meal. So whenever you see our Kenya batete ko korezie sauti ku criticize serikali, that is serikali tete ko silence in a way that they are assuming that everything is okay, but chini ya maji watu wanaumia. So like the activist ambaye raise the voice lakini baakili. Then when you come to politicians, mostly kariko cha serikali ya tetenga, they will give the freedom opposition to criticize serikali. But up to now, when you see the opposition, when they are trying to raise their voice and kutaka kuattack those agendas cha serikali ya promise it maybe the manifesto ba wetu ngani nyargo go shughulikira. Finally now the same serikali analetete go abduct the people, they promise ngamba ya freedom bakoleki bakritisize serikali in a good way, enjira ya moyo kumotivate serikali ekora magendo. But finally, and then you come to youth. Our youth mnabona ngake twara jinsi, they had that evil mbate metako gotaka ko work in opposition, but be calling themselves leaderless. But finally serikali ya maneuver paka ya koreki ya letira bali baruka ba makitekoro kana ngambale mstari wa mbere gutaka kurwania serikali baba letira serikali baba ile kiende so baba kiri. So you see that finally ndugu atimonto correct ubwata that right yo ta correct, and mnabona of late na le mungwana yeto criticize serikali. I don't know from western nkarando ko begi recently on social media nga kinche ntige it was just a record na megati but na ngo sabumsana and I had us this year ngo muliki wale.
In fact, as we are speaking, ekilipokera ngo tarasa mitandao overnight umuntu naro gwatiru chinsema chiricha, we can see the guy beg. I don't know, have you come upon clip imetembesa hii asubuhi? There is a clip, I don't know if I can really, okay, lakini tasata sizieka on air anyway because it is really scary gocha somo mwananchi kawaida. There is a clip iko tarasa mtandao where a certain gentleman amekuwa abducted today night. You can see some people with the awangali camera. That is the funniest part. You can't see their faces, you can't see any body part of them, and the guy yako basora kabisa nchenyabire na tigire nini what I posted, but finally wakamchukua and we don't know huyu amechukuliwa wapi, amenda wapi, who did the same. Now you know Mungu amenibariki that the former regime hata kama ilitoka huko 2 years 1 year ago, I was there and I was in media and I saw these things to happen. But let us remember the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, watu walimuita kamwana, Jayden, Mulevi, sijui nini. It wasn't easy for him. I remember paka akatoka Twitter. You remember he left Twitter totally because he couldn't handle the criticism from the people. But this time kuna mwenye anaitwa, is it Kasongo? I've heard the name. Oh, he don't come from me, jameni. Kasongo, and whatever the song that is related, and some photos trending akiwa kwa sanduku, and some weird photos that we are not agreeing that they are right, but these are people who are trying to express that they are feeling there is something going on in the country. And if we can talk about NHIF ama SHA, msisikie tuongelea about unemployment, msisikie, let us find a different language to express the same. I feel like hawa ni wananchi wa kawaida and most of them ni youths ndo wamekuwa wakitumia social media, they are doing the same. Now young ina nigocha sore Henry these abductions nakibono chikonyara will impact freedom of speech and expression, because I saw Miguna akisema last week kila mtu sasa wacha tu post hizi picha watu kujisi si wote 56 million in the country, and say I saw someone else come online akisema if now kama IG Kanja amesema that si askari, anyone that you see abducting you or abducting someone, hiyo sasa huyo ni criminal, piga yeye gari choma, because serikali imesema si wao. But again, you've told me where your rights end, mine they begin. How let us start with freedom of expression, freedom of speech and expression in the country. In effect, on the same.
Chapter 37 of our Kenyan Constitution and Section 24 highlights all that we need to do to exercise our rights and freedoms. Now, amangana ya kurukwa abductions. So far as it is, it is criminals who abduct. Yes, indeed they are. Because if it is the police, they know the law. If it's government, government knows the law and the constitution. So if it is the criminals as purported by the government, are they on leave? Are the police on leave? That they cannot apprehend. In fact, waliambiwa warudi this festive season watoke leave wote warudi kazi. Yes. Why then is it happening? These criminals. Is it a government? Is it a banana republic? Are we in a government that doesn't have laws, so anybody can walk in and out, kill you, pick you, abduct you? My position is the government and the duty bearers must take liability. We cannot protect the citizens. Two, we express your displeasure against the country. It's a right. So we cannot keep quiet and bury this country for our children and our grandchildren. No, we must hold somebody accountable. I bring it to God. What is it that the government has to offer to us as youths, as citizens, as Kenyans? So, abduction. Because ultimately, you cannot silence 56 million people. Silence, but the spirit grows. The spirit you abduct one day, back of a very combined nature family, then it's going to be an uproar. Yes. In general, a constitution it has got clear undertakings on what is supposed to be done to anybody. But most importantly, our rights, our freedoms must be respected by everyone. All right. What they rapana ngane criminal chico abduct abantu. Criminal ngakichira abduct abantu. And then by end up go talk police cells. Who took them there? You know, there are situations where I can say social media has been of good help, which I say, especially when anything happens to a Kenyan. Ukiingia kwa mtandao, you remember Faith Kipyegon akinyang'anywa gold, akibiwa gold tukiona, what did Kenyans do? Waliingia pale online, walipiga kelele. By the following morning, 6:20, amerudishiwa gold yake. You remember the lady Segei mwenye alikuwa amemsukuma kwa line? She was criticized mpaka akakuja apologize to Kenya. She made an official statement to the Republic of Kenya apologizing. We've seen how we come in unity when it comes to protecting our country. Again, we've seen us used to fight for our... Kwanza wakingenga hashtag kitu yaze kutrend Twitter. Pray that it is not you that will trend there. Because especially Twitter, but hata mimi hata siwezi post Twitter. Nasema mimi ni rogumu but I can't. Kuna vitu huwezi handle in this life. Mpaka other countries they are like, if they, especially Uganda, Tanzania, they're like, if there's some people who have freedom of speech and expression is Kenya. But whatever that is happening right now, it is scary, which is mwananchi wa kawaida. Yagera Nacha Sole, Nara, a human rights activist, ase gazeti ya The Daily Nation, wamesema leo, they are going on the roads. They are going to show a mother of demonstrations. What are they going to protest against? Abductions in the country. Now, under what grounds are these people going to protest? Who are they accusing for these abductions going on in the country? Evidence nere korokinga abductions chiko korekana they are state funded.
ama is it the state giving a blind eye to the abductions that are happening? Grounds gani? Ni serikali mnajua ina abduct ama ni serikali inapeana blind eye? That is why you people are going to the streets.
Okay, for me, these are digital era, and most of us we can't compare at the same place apart from social media.
Okay. So wewe utakuwa kwa barabara leo solidarity forever?
Saa hii wenye naongea hivi kuna rafiki yangu ashanipigia ameniambia haina maandamano Nairobi.
Okay.
So you see mimi naweza kuwa siko maandamano but I can be online nikifuatia everything in happen. So I'm updated.
Okay.
Naelewa. It's the same as wenye June tukiwa hiyo maandamano ya Gen Z. Do you know that the meetings were done online? Communication afanywa online. Kesho
kila mtu alishare poster. Did you share the poster? Mimi I shared.
Kesho this time itakuwa okay, I used to go through
CBD.
Communication ilikuwa inafanywa yani ni
everything was online.
Everything was online.
Lakini bali zilipangwa hata serikali, hata intelligence ya serikali haikujua.
Ukikuja sasa kwa mambo na nini maandamano ya leo. Actually I'm shocked. Nimetoka tu hapo kwetu Mlingamo stage. Already vijana wa boda.
Okay.
Wakawea about maandamano iko Nairobi.
Oh.
I was shocked like wananiuliza mimi nawaambia sina habari. So nowadays if something is being organized na inataka kufikia people even who are in the remote areas, so online iko digital era, social media imeleta watu pamoja, so imeconverge watu people, so something that mtu anapitia kwa CBD Nairobi is the same thing kijana mwenye ako mashinani anapitia, unaelewa? So when you come into an agreement kwamba Wakenya wanataka kuji express their rights on a platform ambayo wanaona kwamba the representative wao hawataki kuwakilisha vizuri, si watu wanataka kuongelea yale ambao hao wanataka wafanyiwe, so wanajiita mikutano ambayo si mtu amewalazimisha ati mnafaa kuwa kwa mkutano mahali muongelee these agendas. So when Kenyans are trying to express themselves and the government now is trying to silence them, that's why you will see that people will come now and converge in a place and raise a voice ya kusema kwamba kama mbaya. Then
let me answer your question. Liswali leo kwa buri igoto abantu bakogenda maandamano sengeje serikali reliable gose ndagete ngwerera liswali number M, it can't be an accident n'abantu bari bago criticize the government na bako protected, so the government has an hand in this.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, onye abantu bane babo take advantage babdakti abantu babaite buna abantu abaga bagoita baisike online,
the femicide.
Yes. The police and the government, we pay tax to protect us, to maintain law and order. If they are not protecting us, then they are directly liable. Account 2, account 3, our civility, Kenya, and we are citizens and entitled to freedom of speech and everything that is happening. This is our space. We don't have another country. So if those duty bearers, starting from the chief up to the president, if they are not really giving us the space to enjoy our freedom and the rights and civility, then the only way we can do this and express our displeasure, no kubwata na twezi amo totebe tugoike serikali totekera. So there are 3 accounts of this maandamano and the government simply is tabuka tinchiri. Yes.
Option they wako involved na wako involved.
They are our insurer.
Now, what message abducted. You know, I'm so worried that every morning when I wake up go chase studio nga umusaye w'imyaka 25 munesunga umusaye. I saw on Friday this gentleman who was stabbed 27 times by the girlfriend. Alikuja kuzikwa hapa Kiogoro. He was stabbed in Nairobi. 27 years, you are being stabbed 27 times. You know, sometimes you feel that ni cult. Because family nasema it is not a coincidence that he just turned 27 and is being stabbed 27 times by the girlfriend. At the same time, Kwanyora, I was doing another story where a 26-year-old, in fact, chinseme chama choge, rise of suicide. Last week, peke yake nimefanya around 5 stories of suicide that is happening around that side. Alafu at the same time, wale mayouths wenye wamebaki basi tunangoja wajenge nchi ndio wanajiua. Wanakuwa abducted, I mean. They're being abducted. Others wameambiwa waende Saudi Arabia waende kuosha vyombo. What message does it send? Especially to wakati we want to pass a message that youths are the future generation. Sasa hii inaleta message gani we kama youth sasa?
Okay, I've done my own research, and I came to realize that this generation digital. Okay, for us, I'm a millennial.
Millennial.
Yeah, millennial. So I'm a bit advantageous. But when I was looking at the generation Gen Z, actually 80% of jobless.
Yes. 92.
My own research kidogo tu. So the population ambayo iko jobless kwa Gen Z ni wengi kuliko wenye wako na kazi. Then hao ni Gen Z ambao ni ile generation ambayo imepelekwa shule. And the only thing they know about kama wametoka shule ni kazi ya kupata white collar job. And the promise ambazo zimepeana ni government imepeana kwamba once you are done with, you have your papers at hand, now you can come and the government offers you a job. Nilikwambia these are generation ambayo iko digital era. So everything ambayo ziko space. Ajui anything about mambo na manual work. So anakuja alafu ana expect the same government ambayo imempromise itampea kazi. Yeye kutoka shule after amepata hizo papers and apate kazi mahali, anze kukula vizuri. They expect a soft life. So the government never reminded them that or whatever they promised. I think they gave a lot of promises.
Empty promises.
Yeah, zenye ziko.
But we were growing up. Yeah. Ukiwa pale class 4, 5, 6. Ukiulizwa what do you want to be when you grow up? Ulikuwa unataka kuwa?
Nilikuwa nataka kuwa kitu mbili pekee. I wanted to be a journalist. And I wanted to be a pilot.
I wanted to cover.
I wanted to be a lawyer. Yes, that's what I wanted.
Sasa kuna daktari, lawyer, journalist, askari ikikuwa mbaya kabisa ama mwalimu ikikuwa mbaya zaidi na pilot. That is what we knew. What do you expect this generation? Sasa tumekuja kwa ground vitu ni different. Do you want us to wake up just one morning to realize tunafaa kuanza kuenda Qatar kuosha vyombo? Yet all my life I grew up wanting to be a doctor, you know.
Let me do one part, one quick shot. Number one, ntakitentele abana baitu obaki in the generation ya quick fix.
Sure.
They want things fixed. Number one, because of the kind of life.
I woke up, I had bread na blue band asubuhi na chai ya maziwa. But say I can't afford maziwa, I can't afford bread, I can't afford blue band. Mbona nisipigwe na depression?
Ngoja niseme. Number two, we are living in a generation of waves. Yes, what happens what is trending is what everyone wants to live, that kind of life.
Yes.
Number three,
ni post picture nikiwa airport.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Yes. Number three, we've got to a generation where online connections and relationships are on the peak. And the people want to live that kind of life they fixed on online. They want to maintain that. Number 4,
I'm already fantasizing my partner kutoka hapo na watu wa gitaa waniambie Ed Sheeran, you are perfect. Akuje na maua ani surprise iko.
Number 4, when we grew up, drug and substance abuse was limited. This opium and everything that you see here being smoked in the face of the police never used to be there. So
munarusha tear gas wanatengeneza weed.
Yes. Where? Our children have grown up to drug and substance abuse that is state sponsored because actually as we are talking, our cigar bago conduit bago transport opium from Tanzania to Kenya through Kisii. He told Kisii County is a hub. It is where the big police officers were.
Mzee barabara ya Migori Kisii, weed inashikwa sijui it is worth sijui 70 million. Unashikwa aje na weed ya 70 million?
Ile ni cover up. Ile yenye watu wamekosana. But the police are the ones who that conduit.
Mtupa evidence na sahihi kunoma.
I'm telling you this because I have what I can do.
Okay.
Then there is now finally gambling. Yes, gambling here everywhere. Children, boys and girls want quick money. They want to pay. They want to do this. All these things.
Forex na vieta.
Yes. The environment is toxic. And then the relationships now finally. You have a girlfriend, you can't maintain. The lifestyle is. You have a boyfriend, you can't maintain. The lifestyle is. So all of these things coupled up, people don't want to face the world.
As we grew up, tukiangalia shosho na babu na madhera fadhe zikikuwa noma ni kunoma enda mulale mungoje kesho. Lakini sasa wanaangalia kina nini akina Jackie Matumbi wame break up lini na Blessing Lungalo. Bahati na Diana wamegombana lini?
Pono ebo gembo ngenje pole ikogoro bobe. But most importantly, we can't stop at that point.
Yes.
We must face our children and tell them there's a better life tomorrow. There are better things to come. It's only a question of
who's supposed to have this. Who's supposed to start this conversation?
This is what we are doing on studio today. This is what we are saying. Toka ya bana baito la ndombira asinyapi. Oboga nyoboga mboyete oboga mbonde boje. Indwe oboga mboyete twarwere tukurumaga. Oboga mbali ngo kubobe. Kuika bono iga in studio ukwana na bando Kenya ngimana kusingima. For me is a miracle come true. So a dream come true. So ndagenda kotebia twins to bwatere Joan. To bwatere twins but you are one there is a silver lining at the end of the tunnel.
Sasa unaona this type of people that you are describing. This type of youths that you are describing au ndo watu wako kwa ground sai. And those are the people who are being abducted. Mtu hata labda you saw when the protests were happening in June and July, mtu anasema anyway hata nikienda kwa nyuma naenda kufanya nini? Naenda kufanya nini? Nikaambia rage kama uko kora moko ngita moko hiki ndio ndio tutaka kueti. So I'm here to protest. Hata ukimuuliza why are you protesting? I want accountability from the government. Now this same government so far what have they done when it comes to addressing these issues of abductions from your end? Have they done anything? And what is this anything that we are talking about?
I think the government is silent.
Oh.
Abductions, the government is shelving blame, and they are saying these are criminals, and you see the buck stops with the government. Abduction is a way of silencing the dissenting voices, but you see people cannot be silent if they are hungry. An hungry stomach does not know any law. So again, this recording is looking for a way to address issues. We want to hear SHA, we want to hear university funding model, we want to hear safe homes, we want to know the fate of CPC because it looks like ingebuna minister okairo rogo kwa mina akadete ngantoli ready for CPC amo minister ndolo ko kumatiang no president bakaire meli bakaire geti gati majeta yego swi pondo CPC no ere katia. So we have so many things that are not addressed. Until they are addressed, we will not have easy times. So the most important thing is fix quickly, then you can ask us what we want.
You know, we have three arms of the government: the judiciary, the executive, and parliament. Parliament, na baba toigu baba kimani chungu agaba kotevanga wewe utatusi president ngoje. The executive munasema so far you feel like they are talking nothing, especially from but the president aliongeleleanga, he criticized the abductions. Let us talk about the judiciary, the side of the law enforcement. Do you feel like they are doing anything from their end?
I think judiciary even wenyewe bado
ama mnagoja pia wao wajoin maandamano leo. Okay.
I think recently nimeona LSK, is it LSK? Wakiwa na vita wenyewe. And then when you come to nimeona CJ
Mother Kome, she talked about the same, by the way.
Yeah. But she, and there's a time I saw she was complaining and she's the one who being trolled online. And I expect then at the same judicial then our Kenya ambao wanamtroll online. So kuna blame games zenye ziko na I don't know is a tactics ya government kutaka ku evacuate from the reality Kenya nataka kusikia. So I think judicially bado for me bado wajani
Mbaraka to your expectations.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that happened in 2007, lirichi segichi alengine chiburabura abantu bagasiria magimabo nini the lack of safety in the country. Hii kesi ilifika ICC aje human rights organizations abalenge ko document ibintu biga abantu bagasoke bagakwana na human rights ibintu bigakobugari and they were summoned by the ICC. Now let me start from your end, from your organization. We've seen you people come out very vocal in criticizing like what you are doing right now, whatever that is happening. Now, so far, what are you doing when it comes to documenting the same and maybe addressing the issues? Is there anything that you're doing so that there is hope at the end of the tunnel? Because, you know, hata sasa when you want to talk about protest, we are hoping that, I hope others are seeing. Because I remember around September, hata the nini kutoka outside the country walikuwa wanatembea Kenya and they were like, no, stop the intimidation, the abductions that are going on in the country and extrajudicial killings. But sasa ni kama venye walianza kukuja mwezi moja mbili, they have gone on the rise because mtu amepost cartoon. Are you documenting the same?
Maralia, amangana ya ikakuboria, bigado very tricky.
One model got to what evidence. I'm going
Awanda wangu kuko abducted, abducted book. So that means hakuna mtu mwingine mwenye anaweza chukua video ama picha ama whatever. Bali bako gaenda ko abduct, bako gaenda wabete mask. Whatever you covers media, bintu biri moko toreta, have got nowhere to go. So for you to do good demonstrations, whatever you want to do, again, take it and take it. Got the Yaba Kenya Baito. We come again, the Mole group. Turku and I wake up on the Takumani Atai.
Yes.
That one, Tabamako and Navarro, Moina Lichinam. That one, Tabaga Krumunta Cafe, proceedings in a demonstration was in Giacob. If you go alone, you have gone alone without evidence, and therefore it cannot appear anywhere. Number two, when you want to go back, a good critique, yes, Ricardo. Stay where there is CCTV. Stay where somebody can cover you while something is going to happen. And then make sure you come home early. Because you have decided to go against the will. Come home early, and wherever you go, report where you're going to, and be in a company of a friend. Bono, this is now how we are training people for you to be safe. Then, Even though they live quite whatever, we are talking about the ICC and the video, do what. You can do those coverings again, but you may not be there in court to substantiate and say what happened and what transpired, what triggered you to cover this, where were you and what were your intentions. So it is important then that wherever we want to go, and those who are allowed to cover those kind of things, media. So be where media knows. Be where people know where you are. Make sure you are safe and keep safe space. Otherwise, akoba butuko kwa roche ndobona kiri kwa roche musacha na rabo yetu so I think it got film ya bangete. There was a clip that we saw. Umumura umuntakaraswa mukungu muswa digete kaligeriti. You understand? That one, it is easy. Muswa tiyoyache apo atwe. It is easy to follow up on that. But it is very difficult. Joan, montaja kuikuru mwabutko, montayo lengora tenga, yaro le kanita again. So it becomes very difficult. So kogenda to court will want you to prove beyond reasonable doubt. So to have that evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubt is tricky. So let us have abantu bakale kegenda bakora kebate pakapo. Don't go alone. You are not alone in this country.
I saw a certain conversation online. Walikuwa wanasema some youths were saying, make sure if you want to be safe time ya protest, kuna kamera mbele yako.
Yes.
Because ukipatika yule askari mpatane naye kona mali anaona onekani. Hao ndo wanatokaga pale wamegongwa vizuri sana. Unagongwa proper. But again, the international human rights, are they aware of whatever that is going on in the country?
Yeah, I think everything. You know, nowadays, it's something. I think they are right. I think there is a time even in the embassy, American embassy, when you have the same thing. So I think human rights international.
John, hata kama tunajua and they are aware, and even if they covered, where would they go with this? Watapeleka ICC? Watapeleka Kenyan courts? Watapeleka wapi? So the point is this. Have a coverage of your relative, your friend, such that when he comes up with this matter in a court of law against maybe the government or the police of individual police officer for holding him carrying and liable individually. This country does not belong to John alone. It belongs to all of us.
Hata si ya kuja beni.
Yes. We're not going to leave it like I want to fight alone. Let us combine forces and fight all of us. Because all of us are Kenyans.
Okay.
Don't personalize it. Actually, when it comes to media, whatever that we are posting, don't go too far into individual vendetta. Talk about what is very general, because all of us are seeing. But you see, when you personalize and go to a person's individual account, this person may take you to court. Now, ufungwe miaka. Sababu the other day I saw these constitutional lawyers saying, like, if you post whatever you're going to post, you're liable, you're individual liable, and therefore it is important that we hide behind these things, because even if we die, we go. It is, let us all die if we are all dying together. But let us not isolate ourselves. To die as individuals, sacrificial lambs for anybody. We are sons and daughters and citizens of this country. We have parents. We have people who depend on us. Yes. Let us not commit suicide because we want to salvage. Let us all join and save this country, because first now.
All right. Wow. Mwancho muligererio kisiti vindo cheviro bya minyo kile kegima na go promise ngango kura twalinge mapema because you have another event somewhere. Now, with whatever that right now hata nimeenda ku refresh account yangu ya Facebook, and the first post inakuja is one of my colleagues amepost that same cartoon inaleta watu kwa matata, alafu anasema I hope I want to be abducted. I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You get. And it makes me worry or question maybe in human rights organizations they are not sparing anyone, anywho, anywhere, anyhow. Unaenda tu kikubwa wewe ulisema uliongea mbaya, you know. Are there any threats mmepokea kwa organization yenu, ama mtu amekutext akakwambia wewe utaona? Mmepokea any?
Mimi niko shindano, and Actually, when I posted the poster you sent me yesterday, I only received 3 friends of mine.
Threats?
No, threats.
To cancel.
No, the friends of mine who are telling me, hata nimeona amenitext hapo. Aliniambia, "Gay, usienda kwa hiyo interview."
Wewe unasikia wewe kwa threat tungemalizia hapa.
So, nikamwambia pana let's go and express ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe somewhere maybe anasapata hajapata opportunity ya kuji-express.
Yeah.
Hata kugive people hope kwamba nobody should intimidate you.
Okay.
From your rights. Whether uko a class ya chini or somewhere, but let's everybody have his own rights, freedom and expression.
You mepokea any threats? I hope you are safe.
Amnesty International is an active civil society activist group, and we are not afraid of threats or anything. As long as we address facts and real issues, and there is no blackmail or personal vendetta. Talk about facts as they are, and working in this space against the police, the OCS, the commandants, the ODPP, the judges. We have fought this war, and I think with the time they have realized we are the fourth arm of the government, and therefore we must work.
All right.
We must work.
The fourth arm of the government is CC journalists. Me the fifth.
Okay.
We are the fourth estate one. I'm to misplace. But maybe in conclusion,
yes.
Already we have over 100 people abducted. Bataratoka, even more. Bataratoka, because we are not sure if it is going to end today or tomorrow. Already there are some protests zimepangwa, tujue kama watabeba wote hivi na tusijue walienda wapi. How can the civil society and the human rights organization come together to ensure that abegaba abera abducted, they are going to find accountability and justice, especially to the families that are basoka para kuri abantu baba bana babo? Any of you can answer.
I think one life lost is so many lives lost. That is number one. Number two, these are sons, daughters, fathers, and people of this society. We need them back to active participation in nation building. Number three, abductions need to stop, because they will not stop until the wrongs that attract demonstrations and the critiquing of government stop. So let the government do the right thing, then there will be no demonstrations and there will be no writings on the walls. So it starts, the park stops and starts with the government. Tiga wana baitu ba patebe, buna baimwete batebe, kego garai, kiningiro barakore, kuri gabana bali kiningiro guchinji muntu bugima bwaye. Lakini kuiro umwana w'umuntu na kumwira ko siriyo mwabaye is a big loss, because abana bande kwa rujiburo mu ndino umwana wayo mabweka umwana wayo 27 years, the only child. So tigabantu ba give space for criticism and critiquing. Johnson got very proper.
Does it seem to even end anytime soon? Because squeeze hata it is either tuwasalimia ama mtusalimie, mali tunapatana wa kwanza either mtu abduct ama hata sisi tukiwapata tuwasalimie. Wengi wanatokea mbaine. That is what is happening. Because right now hata nabora yangu tari if they are not interested wasikia la sijui nini kwenda huko. You see, na wao wakiwafikia kalia kama ikiera na wewe utaenda, by the way. You know, does it seem to end anytime soon? Because ni kama wote wawili wameka tupatane ground.
Okay, I think the serikali itaki kulower the standard, itaki kujinyenyekea in terms of then
na mwananchi wa kawaida naye hataki kupangwa.
Mwananchi naye ashachoka. Otherwise you should not even appear. I'm fine coexist. So kuna hiyo rival in between a common mwananchi na serikali. Na serikali nayo imeamua kuassume kwamba everything is okay. The funny thing ni ile the government imekuja na hiyo criteria ya ku-absorb the opposition.
Okay.
And then once the government imepata the opposition attend, sasa hiyo chance ya kukua criticized, unajua ni Mkenya atakuwa anapiga tu kelele, lakini hana representative wa kufikisha maneno wapi huko kwa serikali. So that's why I think the government imekuwa smart, as in kama opposition imekuwa attend, mwananchi sasa hata akipiga kelele ni hapa tu. Na mimi unajua hiyo siku kwanza kutembea kwa kila kijiji kwanza kushika. Hebu tuambie mnasemaje. So the public figure ambayo ni opposition imetolewa in the picture. Haiko. So mwananchi ambaye hata atajaribu kujiexpress, hii maneno yake itakuwa inaishia wapi? Hapa chini. Na I think hiyo ndio imesaidia government sana kufanya vitu zao, hata kama ni kunyanyasa mwananchi, iko very smooth. Ni inarani vitu zake tu smooth. So mtakuja hapa tasu utapata hao MP wanakuja wanasema ati mnapiga kelele na sisi tutakula tu. Kwa sababu hata huyu mwananchi hata anaongea hapa hivi, hii sauti yake ifiki wapi? Huko juu. Unaona? You remember the time like kama hiyo wakati sema kama opposition ilikuwa powerful. Opposition ingekuwa the representative ya common mwananchi. Kuja utasikia government after imekuwa pressure itakuja iseme let's sit down and agree ni nini mnataka. The opposition sasa ita represent the grievances za mwananchi.
Yes.
We need this and this. This is what the common Kenyan needs. So government finally inasikiza, lakini saa hii tutaumia.
Okay.
Kuumia nao tutaumia.
Aya, during these times venye zinaendelea, in conclusion now you are sending out remark. Meanwhile Sheila Moranga, let me say thank you so much. Asukunyara kwa bana into anasema amependa sana the conversation. Aya, Michael Uchege anasema this confirms my belief that Kenya is not a democracy and is not democratic. In a democracy, an offender appears in the court of law but not just disappear. According to Michael Chege. Now, what keeps you motivated with everything surrounding? Hizo nasikia mimi mwenyewe hata nikisikia, we, mmesema aje? You know, what keeps you motivated that you keep on talking about the same? And your last message to those who are going to be on the road today to protest against abductions in the country?
What keeps me motivated is that this country got our independence in 1963. Leaders come and go. There will be an exit time. So whether they are like Amini, whether they are like Kagame of Rwanda, time is coming for exit. So tungoje tu kidogo.
Wapende
wasipende watatoka, we will negotiate corner. That is number one. Number two, this is our country. We are not going to give it to the dogs. We are not going to give up. We are not going to leave our children and grandchildren have no country. So we must hold everyone accountable. So we must keep pushing. If the leaders can't listen to us, God will answer our prayers. For the youths and everyone who wants to go for the demonstrations,
Go
to chapter 37 of the Kenyan Constitution and particularly look at section 24. The do's and don'ts during demonstrations.
Okay.
And be safe. Don't go alone. Don't go in high-heeled shoes. Go in rubber shoes.
Okay.
Go in rubber shoes. And have an handkerchief. Be safe. And make sure you are safe. but most importantly, don't go alone.
Okay.
If your friends say they are not going, don't go. If they are saying you are going, go. And if you think where you are going is not safe for you, all of us are holding this country. You are not alone. You look at your mother, look at your father, ask them what they think about it. The opinion that they will give you, rethink about it. Because our wazazi wetu ndio wametubeba zaidi. They feel the weight of losing us and they know how valuable we are to them. So look at them, tell them, Mama, Baba, I want to go out for this. Let them know where you are precisely. Don't go without letting your mama or your baba or the guardian know where you're going to. It is important for you to keep safe.
All right. What is your message to those? Miaki ni kama sisi tumelindwa na neema ya Mungu. Damu ya Yesu imetufunika. What is your message? What keeps you motivated, and what is your message to those who are going to protest today?
Mostly what motivates me mostly in my life, I believe in myself. Okay. And then I trust in myself. Like if I want something, I don't care who stands in front of me. If I want to express my point, I don't fear anybody. I don't ask for opinion from someone. I only go for it. Mm-hmm. And it has really helped me so much. And I normally do it. I normally take risks. Mm-hmm. And that's why I know I've been always successful. Okay. In whatever I want for. Mm-hmm. If I'm focused, that's it. Okay. And then for those who will be on the road today, maybe demonstrating, expressing themselves, nataka tu kuomba tafadhali. If you are an activist, just be true. Whatever you want to do, what you can wear. Like the problem nowadays in spending, mtu anasema yani sauti ya Wakenya. Mhm. Then finally from now unapata amesalimiana na serikali. Na whatever he was just trying to promise us, kutupea hope kwamba anaenda kutufaitia. You are fighting for something and then finally unanunuliwa. So kumbe ulikuwa unajipigania wewe mwenyewe na matumbo yako. So I think Wakenya waache njaa. Let us be united, have one voice. I think unity is power. If leo hii tutakuwa na sauti moja tuseme njaa yenye utakuwa nayo ndio utakuwa nayo kwangu. Maybe mama atakuwa nayo ndio kijana atakuwa nayo ndio mzee atakuwa nayo. So tukifightia the same common issue, I think itakuwa rahisi kusikizwa kuliko kukuwa divided.
Moja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. That is the message ya bere kunyara kuregurit kuria rero mwegure ngone go kugenda paralit kuria rero. Make sure that you kongo begete no twari kiranga chibu amachirende bemo kia match.
Amache, yes, but in what? Because you're not supposed to have any bottle. Where are you going to carry the water? A bottle is perceived to be a weapon. Ah. Yes. So, when you go back amache, you are. What?
Wow. Oh, nabora murumbere chuba. Yes. All right. I hope that, but from my end, I hope that the abductions can stop, because we really have a constitution. People have the rights of freedom. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom of picketing, freedom of peaceful demonstrations. I mean, katiba yo mwananchi wa kawaida. Na I think these people do understand the same line that we've been saying, where your rights end, mine begins. Make sure usikanyage line ya mwingine tafadhali. So koko nyara kogenda kuria rero, make sure that you remember hata huyu askari where rights zake uzako zinaishia, zake zinaanzia hapo. Tafadhali to tamboka line ya just be peaceful, make sure the message is home. Asante sana mwenzi ya soko nyara wocha. I really appreciate the conversation has been imefikisha ujumbe nyumbani. I know Boygure naende babwatiri abangete they are saying here they really appreciate the conversation this morning. We'll still have this conversation, because if we can't have this conversation we have to have them over and over again. Let us make sure there is accountability and justice to the society. Bia mona sogocha, asante sana. Bia mona muralia sogo twali. Asante twara litkoligi ya Director Clenox na twabwaterana na rekura sense mwende ye studio. Nyasao yuondoke Joan Kwamboka. Monday edition twachakire marathon paka Ijumaa asenyoni.